Hello everyone. Today we will briefly explore what CNOE is and its relevance to platform and cloud engineers. Let us first start by understanding a few key challenges faced by modern enterprises as they adopt microservices, cloud computing, and containers. The first one is platform engineering chaos. Every team's off building their own version of a platform. And yeah, it sounds kind of cool, but in reality, it's just chaos. There's no standardization, which means tech debt piles up. The dev experience is super inconsistent, and security, yeah, that takes a hit too. Everyone's pretty much doing the same thing in different corners, just reinventing the wheel over and over again. Second is cloud-native tooling overload. You've got Kubernetes, Argo CD, Helm, Spinnaker, Istio, Backstage, and that's just scratching the surface. The ecosystem is massive. Teams are trying to make all these tools work together, but honestly, it's tough. Integration is messy and getting everything to run smoothly. Even harder, there's no clear, unified way to govern all this, scale it properly, or even measure how mature your platform really is. Alright, the third one is poor developer experience. Developers are spending way too much time wrestling with YAML files, figuring out CI/CD setups, and working around infrastructure limitations. There's barely any self-service. Like, if you want to spin up an environment or deploy an app, it's a whole process. All of that slows things down, hurts productivity, and puts a ton of extra pressure on the platform team to jump in and help. And the fourth one, lack of shared best practices. Right now, there's no community-agreed way to actually run a cloud-native platform. Everyone's kind of figuring it out on their own. Yeah, the tools are out there, but the guidance, it's either all over the place or locked behind some vendor's playbook. That's where CNOE steps in. It brings open-source blueprints and a clear maturity model to help teams get on the same page and move faster with confidence. And the last one is compliance, security, and governance gaps. When you've got multiple pipelines and clusters running around, keeping policies consistent across the board? Yeah, that's a real challenge. CNOE helps here by promoting governed pipelines, built-in auditability, and secure by default setups, so teams don't have to sacrifice speed for safety. To avoid these challenges, CNCF has introduced CNOE or Cloud Native Operational Excellence. Let us quickly check a few key tenets CNOE performs by. Number 1. Open source. First, CNOE prioritizes open source tools to stay flexible and collaborative. Second, decisions are made by the CNOE community, not top-down. For tools and practices, CNOE recommends just the tools and configurations, but practices are organizations' call. CNOE ensures security and infrastructure are consistent, while developers get room to customize. Finally, built to be shared. Everything CNOE creates is open and reusable for the wider community. Let's take a closer look at how a CNOE platform works behind the scenes. At the center of it all is Backstage, the developer portal that acts as the front door to the internal platform. Developers log in through Keycloak. Once inside Backstage, developers can trigger workflows to provision infrastructure or deploy applications, all through a friendly self-service interface. These actions are powered by Argo workflows for automating tasks like setting up environments, and Terraform or Crossplane for provisioning infrastructure like databases, networks, or Kubernetes clusters. Application deployment is managed by Argo CD, which uses Git repositories as the source of truth, bringing in GitOps best practices to continuously deploy and reconcile applications. On the networking front, the platform uses external DNS to dynamically manage domain records in Route 53, and Cert Manager to automatically generate TLS certificates using Let's Encrypt. All services are exposed securely via an ingress controller, which ties together DNS, TLS, and routing logic. The end result? A seamless, secure, and automated experience for developers, from provisioning to deployment, all governed by platform engineering best practices.